Councillor Arnold, please.
Thank you. Like many other boroughs, Basildon will undergo immense change over the next decade. We know the scale of that down to the last house, and with that development comes opportunity born of necessity. We know we will need school places, and whilst it may ultimately be for Essex to procure those, we need to put our cards on the table right now in terms of our expectations for our residents. We need to make it very, very clear what we want, because when it comes to our local plan, the right schools need to be in the right places, and that is under our control. Regardless of our parties, our expectations for education will be aligned across this chamber, an ambition for every child to receive the best possible education in the environment that is right for them. The primary sector, with support from the Excellence Panel, has done an incredible job of raising standards across the borough, and that same appetite and desire prevails in secondary schools. As they improve, they will become the schools of choice for many local children. Some already are, but we cannot pretend that a key part of the state system does not affect Basildon, or that Basildon children will not want to take advantage of it. We don't really know how many Basildon children are educated out of the borough, because we don't know how many families move to get into the catchment area of a school that they feel is right for their child. But we do know that the demand for those grammar school places which already exist is immense. And we need to be clear on one thing. Essex grammar schools are state schools. There are no fees, and in terms of access, they have the fairest of requirements. You don't need the right postcode, income level, family connection or faith. You just have to be academically able. At the moment, our children compete with thousands of others from all over the borough for a few hundred places. Whilst grammars don't have a traditional catchment area, local children only have to meet the baseline mark. Basildon children have to get some of the highest marks in the county to gain a place, and we ought to be applauding those children that earn one. An annex here would mean more opportunity for our children to get places. It would negate the expensive travel costs that disadvantage those on low incomes. It would raise the primary standards further, as grammar schools offer familiarisation classes for the 11 plus with additional study time in their areas. Only 2.6% of children in grammar schools are in receipt of free school meals, compared to 15% across other provision according to the House of Commons Library. But there is no reason why that figure has to apply to Basildon if the annex is in the right place and our children aspire to go there. 11 plus testing on verbal reasoning is commonplace in private schools, but grammars are working with local children in state primaries to enable them to apply and be successful. We can do that here. We can level the playing field. Many believe academic selection is wrong, that it somehow labels children who are unsuccessful as failures. That is a poor, simplistic argument designed to provoke an emotive reaction. We as community leaders and as parents need to change the language that we use. The 11 plus is a mechanism used to identify a set number of children who will work in a similar way at an incredible pace across a wide range of subjects. Those who don't make that baseline mark would simply fail to keep up with that year's cohort. And yes, there are those who may simply miss out because there aren't enough places, but that can be said of any oversubscribed school in any area. Many schools in the surrounding boroughs select, and many Basildon children fill those places based on various abilities. You may be incredibly shocked to know that I did sport for many years, that I put in hours of training, but sadly never made it to the Olympics. Would I or any of us object to an application for a sporting or music academy which selected applicants based on an ability that we don't all share to such an extent that it makes us outstanding in that field? I certainly wouldn't. What message do we send to our brightest children if we say their opportunities should be limited to local schools only, which meet our personal ideology, because to be academically gifted and want to learn in an environment with other academically gifted children makes them somehow elitist and responsible for the failure of local provision. When we talk about the future of this borough, we use words like improved economy, retention, better standards, ambition, higher aspiration, and we talk about breaking the cycle of poverty. All of these things stem from a good education. So why would we not use all the tools at our disposal to make that happen? To give our children every opportunity to succeed. Let's send the message that we want to bring these outstanding schools here, that we want our children to benefit from their proven track record, that we believe working with us can enhance their reputation, that Basildon wants the best. There are a few times that councils get the opportunity to make decisions that can really change someone's future for the borough when we work at borough level and talk about education. But we can take that first step tonight, and what a strong message we can send if we take it together.
Can I call Councillor Sullivan, please?
Your second.
Yeah. Do you want to speak now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Councillor Arnold on an excellent maiden speech. I don't think there are any of us that could really add any more to such an excellent, well thought out speech. I think she's brought everything to the agenda. This will help, this motion will help our gifted and talented children, and I totally am supporting it, and I can only say it's about time too. Thank you.
Can I call Linda Horpel-Hodge, please?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I very much welcome Councillor Arnold's motion. It was extremely coincidental that it echoed my own original submission, which now simply reads as an amendment. I personally was inspired and prompted to raise the issue amid reports that the Education Secretary, Nicky Morgan, had given the green light to plans for a 450 pupil grammar school in Sevenoaks, Kent. Apparently the Sevenoaks school is not covered by the ban because it is officially an annex of Weald of Kent Grammar School in Tunbridge. If this is not speculation, it is indeed the most exciting news as the first new grammar school in the UK for 50 years. Why should Basildon seek buy-in for a grammar school annex within the borough now? Looking at secondary school provision, Billericay and Wickford benefit from 4 good schools, all with academic specialisms and with 6 forms.
Is it Alpha 11?
Boots to the vine.
Secondly,
I haven't got much of that. In Basildon,
Mr. Mayor, it's half 11. Give us a not realistic.
We'll move to the vote.
in Basildon, so I've mentioned the Billericay and Wickford secondary schools. In Basildon, south of the A127, we have the Woodland School with the Performing Arts specialism. We have the De La Salle School that specialises in languages. We also have the James Hornsby School that specialises in sport. And the Upper and Lower Basildon Academies, as I understand it, do not have a specialism, but they do indeed have a 6th form. And then, of course, we've got the impending South Essex College. Basically, I think our children deserve access to an academic school. Not every child is academic, but every child is gifted and talented in some way. Some excel with vocational skills, but then others are mainstream, and then there are some particularly bright. And I personally would welcome a grammar school with a 6th form, which would provide the missing mix of education that is currently provided south of the A127. It will be a school that our brightest children from across the borough, including Wickford and Billericay, can aspire to attend without paying out hefty travel costs. And I do believe that we could have a look at locating a grammar school basically in West Basildon. I therefore fully support the motion.
Where are the landing centre?
Thank you.
Councillor Arnold, would you like to wind up now?
Chairman, I must object. You have not allowed anyone to speak against this motion. I believe it is wrong, according to standing orders.
It is
that you should, no, let me
half
finish.
11.
That
No,
you should
it's
rule.
half past 11. Please sit down,
You're being
Councillor.
undemocratic. You are preventing debate. It is too early to move the motion. You have not allowed anyone
Councillor, take your seat.
to answer. You have left it
Take
to the
your
extreme right
seat.
and the rest of the right.
Please
This
sit
is
down.
totally wrong, totally undemocratic, and going to be changed.
Absolutely. Here, here. Here, here.
Disgraceful. I had my hand up right at the beginning, but still was ignored because you don't want to hear opposition to what the right wing
Sorry, Mr. Mayor.
suggests.
I understand, Mr. Mayor, that you have asked me to sum up. Actually, regardless of who put this motion, who put it first, it needed support. It needed to be more than one party to get this through. I would like to see it go through unopposed, actually, because I think it would send a fantastic message for the borough. But unfortunately, I appreciate that it is one of those emotive issues, and certain people's ideology will always get in the way of what is right. Thank you very much.
Right, I'll move to the vote. All those in favour, please show.
Right, new screen,
All those against, please show. The vote is carried. The vote is carried. We have now reached the
You've not asked for abstentions.
abstentions, please. Thank you.